Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 19 of The Kids Are in Bed. I am Tim Severson, and this is Jenni Severson. What am I doing wrong now?
Nothing.
Oh, that
Nothing
was a weird
at all.
reaction.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am great.
Good.
I am great. We just got done with our Taco Tuesday,
Taco Tuesday.
and I think I set the bar as high as I can go with the barbacoa.
Listen, when you told me you were making 30-hour barbacoa, I was like, that has to be in the danger zone. There is no way that meat is not in the danger zone. I'm very scared of the danger zone.
I know.
30 hours, it seemed like too many hours.
But it's 30 hours at the exact same temperature.
I was nervous, but it turned out to be delicious.
It was.
So thank you.
It was very good. It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And we had margaritas again.
Love Taco Tuesdays. Love them.
And Modelo's.
They're my favorite day.
Modelo's?
Nice. Good. You know what I don't love about Modelo's? Opening the box. Is there a trick to that? It was very hard. I'm not very strong.
I haven't met a box of alcohol I've enjoyed opening in my entire life.
Why don't they make them easier to open?
Everything they try doesn't work. Because the things that make it easy to open make it fall apart when you're carrying it. That's the problem.
Somebody needs to solve that
I just
problem.
made up right now.
No, I believe you.
It kind of makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah, I agree with you.
We had a good weekend.
Always do.
Always do.
When was the last time you had a bad weekend?
It's a good question.
Right. It's always good.
Yeah.
Everybody's working for the weekend. I mean, they wrote a song about it. Come on.
They wrote a song about it.
Somebody did. I don't know who wrote it.
We went out on Lake Minnetonka.
Mm-hmm. Like to go on the water there. Sure do.
It seemed like when we started the day,
choppy.
Our captain, my captain, he was worried that we shouldn't even be out on the lake.
It was a bit choppy.
It was very choppy. It was like 25-mile-an-hour winds, 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Navigated to a nice little
yeah, we got to
cove,
a bay. Yeah,
bave.
We got
whatever
to
that is.
a bay.
Bave.
A bay. A bave.
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 It's a cove bay.
A cove bay. A
Bay
bave.
cove.
Bave.
Kofefi? Is that what you were just trying to say?
Exactly. That's what he was talking about. He found the perfect kofefi. That's what he was saying. Now I get it. Yeah, we found. Yeah, and it was great. And actually, the water wasn't. You didn't get in, of course. But I was surprised at the warmth. Mm-hmm. It wasn't warm, but it wasn't terrible. We stayed in for a bit, and then I got in a second time at Maynard's, trying to be helpful as a dockhand, and I broke the cardinal rule and assumed that we were just nosing in, and our captain threw it in reverse, and I was not prepared, and
Straight in the old water.
I had a decision to make, so I just jumped into the water.
Right in.
Right in front of Maynard's.
I don't think I've laughed so hard.
It's the first thing I heard when I broke the surface coming back was your laughter echoing across Lake Minnetonka.
It was the funniest thing I've seen in a while. You just went plop.
Yep. I could have attempted a jump. And I have no idea if I could have made it or not. In my head, it looked like miles. And so all I saw was either scraping my stomach or my chest or hitting my chin. And
that sounds awful.
It's better to just get in the water.
Yeah.
So I got in the water.
I think you made a good choice.
Yeah. I did bruise the bottom of my foot getting up out of the water, though.
Oh, dear. Yikes.
I don't think I've ever bruised the bottom of my foot. It's a new experience.
Sounds awful.
It's not great. It's not terrible,
that
though,
happened.
either. Oh, thank you, Jenni. It's okay, though. I'll be okay. I'm really tough. And on Saturday...
we went to the Chalk Fest.
We did. We saw some chalk art, which is unreal.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, some of them... Now, chalk paint, chalk. I mean, it borders just being art. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Chalk Fest suggests you bought a whatever pack of chalk at Target, and some people do that. They use just standard chalk.
There were various levels of skill.
Yeah.
Some of them were just out to have a good time.
Yes.
And some... Sorry if that was you. I really liked your art. But it was... not all skills were of equal caliber.
Yes, that's true.
So some of them... But the 3D ones are cool.
Yeah, well, and you said that a lot of people traveled.
I think it said there was people from like 5 different countries traveled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some really, really cool pieces.
Yeah, the only thing I would do different next time is go on Sunday. We went on Saturday.
Yeah.
So the really complex pieces aren't done yet, right? They take a while.
Yeah,
So-
I would say there were only a handful that were actually finished.
Yeah.
Those were the people who were just there to have a good time.
Bless them. Bless them.
But yeah, it was fun. There was,
It was fun.
lots of. It was like a little carnival situation with fair food and beer garden and music, and yeah, it was fun.
It was very fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
great weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really plan on that one either. That was another kind
Listen,
of
here's my whole goal for this whole summer. The summer of no plans.
yeah.
So you wake up on a Saturday, just go where the day takes you. If
Well-
you want to go to Chalk Fest, you can. I have like some stuff that's like, we could do this, we could do that. But I mean, every summer for as long as I can remember, in May, our weekends are full until August.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I was just like, not doing it.
Yeah.
I am not doing it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And so far, so good.
So far, so good. I do think that we've found our little corner of our deck. That should be where we make all of our decisions evermore.
It's because we put flowers out there. They have died, yes.
No, they're not
Whatever.
dead. They were just a little overwatered.
They're mostly dying.
I think they'll come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The rain will stop.
Hope it doesn't.
You know,
It's good for the grass.
counting on a good harvest. All right, should we jump into 2005?
2005 already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2005. That shit was bananas.
BANANAS.
That was released in 2005.
I feel like you didn't have to say that, but I think it
Gwen
was like
Stefani.
went without saying.
She ain't no holla back girl.
Ooh, ooh.
Are you a holla back girl?
I don't know what a hollaback girl is.
I didn't think you would.
So, but in 2005, I'm pretty sure that was when I started working at Gadzooks
Mm-hmm.
in Rosedale Mall. Great establishment.
Yeah.
Loved working there.
Yes.
But Gadzooks, like, kind of like big claim to fame was that on the Tragic Kingdom cover, Gwen Stefani is wearing like a red pleather dress,
Mm-hmm.
and her red pleather dress was from Gadzooks.
Ah. And is that this album?
Can't be. No,
Oh.
Tragic Kingdom was like, I don't know, late 90s.
The idea that you're even talking about the title of an album is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Like you're like Tragic Kingdom? No, bro. That came out.
I know like 4 albums.
It's like, what the fuck is Tragic Kingdom?
It's one of the 4 albums I know. Because I had that album, I loved that album, and I loved Gadzooks.
So
Gadzooks
that was
the
like late
coolest
90s?
store. And then I
So-
ended up working there in 2005.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just a full circle moment
Yeah.
I felt like sharing.
Yeah. And as Gwen Stefani kind of reemerged to the scene, Gadzooks just stopped existing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I closed that store.
You did.
Shut it down.
Shut it.
Shut it down.
You did. We'll get to that. That's in a couple of years. In 2005, I was a sophomore
Mm-hmm.
then a junior.
Nice.
You were a freshman, then a sophomore.
Way to go, me.
Yeah. So that's where we are in our lives.
Mm-hmm. In college.
In college.
Mm-hmm.
We are in college. And there are some movies that graced the silver screen.
Are there?
Yeah.
I didn't think any movies came out that year.
You know what? Turns out there were quite a few.
Well, what are they?
Well, we're going to talk about a few of them, Jenny. Not all of them. It's a short podcast. Well, we had a couple of games I wanted to play, continuing over from next week.
Next week.
Last week.
Did you just come back from the future? Where have you been? What year is it? Oh my God, tell me everything. What's happened?
Everything's just the same.
Oh, that's disappointing. I'm so bummed out by that.
Nothing's different.
I'm really hoping for something better.
No, it's mostly the same. From last week. Top box office.
Oh,
Do you think you can pick
nope.
the top box office
don't.
winner from 2005?
Is it multiple choice?
It is multiple choice.
Okay.
I have selected the top 5,
Okay.
and I will read them in an order that is not the top 5. Otherwise, you would know who won because I would start with number 1. And you'd
Yeah,
be like,
that
oh,
would be
that's
a
the
mistake.
answer. Yeah. Okay, you get it.
I understand.
Okay. Top box office. We have Star Wars, the third one.
Revenge of the Sith.
That's it.
Heard of it.
And
Watched
then we
it.
Have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, War of the Worlds.
Prisoner of Azkaban. In 2005? Are you
believe
sure?
so. I didn't write down the name, but I'm pretty sure that that is correct.
Okay. I feel like that might not be right, but...
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
Everything's going to change now, isn't it?
Whoops-a-daisy.
Close enough.
One of the Harry Potter movies.
One of them.
Okay.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Mm-hmm. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
That's the one.
First
yes.
one?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Wedding Crashers.
Well, it certainly wasn't Wedding Crashers. Box office? That's only 4. Is there one more? I thought you said there's 5.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
War of the Worlds.
You didn't say War of the Worlds.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Play the tape back. Whoops-a-daisy.
Close enough.
One of the Harry Potter movies.
One of them.
Okay.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Mm-hmm. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
That's the one.
First
yes.
one?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Wedding Crashers.
Well, it certainly wasn't Wedding Crashers. Box office? That's only 4. Is there one more? I thought you said there's 5.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
War of the Worlds.
You didn't say War of the Worlds.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Play the tape back.
War of the Worlds.
Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't think you said War of the Worlds.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I don't think you did.
I
That's
didn't?
fine, though. That's fine. War of the Worlds.
Oh, because I got hung up on Harry Potter.
Yeah. Okay. Top box office in 2005. Harry Potter.
That is incorrect.
Oh, dang it. It's not Wedding Crashers. There's no way it's Wedding Crashers.
Star Wars.
Oh, I mean, that was too obvious. Okay.
Yeah. Scooped big time. I actually, as I was looking at this, as we go into our next little game with the Oscar winners, I was looking at it. I've never really thought about this before, just because I was scanning through the box office. And at first I was like, why is it that all of the films that were nominated were so low? And I'm like, oh, they all came out like, you know, they all come out the late part of the year.
Well, they used to.
Yes.
Now, times are turning a little bit.
Yes.
There are movies that definitely are released earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But in 2005, yes, they were all released after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Because like Crash, which won Best Picture, I think it was released sometime in December, and but when I looked at it, it was like gross 10 million, and I'm like, what? But I'm like, oh,
somebody got fired.
It only had 2 weeks to run, and all of that year. So that was interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to anybody else. So the Oscar nominees, we know the winner was Crash.
Okay. What's the question?
If they came to you and said, Jenni, we just need you to decide.
My personal choice. Yes. Okay. Ready.
So we have Crash, obviously.
Crash.
Munich. Good Night and Good Luck, which I don't think I've seen. Capote. Brokeback Mountain.
So here's the thing. I always enjoyed movies, old movies, even from when I was a kid.
Okay.
Right? Like me and my mom watched old movies.
Like classic movies. Golden era of Hollywood. Like I was always into movies. But I am horrified and embarrassed to say that Crash is actually the movie that got me obsessed with the Oscars. Because I was 19? 20. I was 20. Yeah.
It was the first time that I ever walked out of a movie theater and like said like to myself, I'm pretty sure that movie is going to win Best Picture.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it and we knew.
Yeah.
And then when it won, that's true.
It's a disappointment.
Right.
It shouldn't have won.
Right.
So like Brokeback Mountain should have won.
Yes.
So what we got now is Brokeback Mountain. You son of a horse of a bitch. I wish I knew how to quit you.
But in that moment, when I was like, I don't know, I felt like that movie was in the moment as a 20-year-old. I thought it was so good that I was like, this movie is gonna win Best Picture.
Yeah.
And then it did.
Yeah.
And so that kind of like launched my entire obsession with the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually mostly a terrible movie.
Crash?
Now. Yeah. Like
I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's not good. It shouldn't have won. But I love it for the fact that it launched my love for the awards.
I need to rewatch it, but I think my theory is that like as time passes and we move further away from 2005, we'll look back at it, and while it's not the better film, I feel like given that it was 2005, I feel like it's like bookended and just kind of shows you the decade, like in a snapshot. Like you're like, oh, I kind of know what the aughts were about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I think it'll age well.
It does not age well.
No?
It ages very poorly.
When did you watch it recently? You watching Crash in secret?
I am watching Crash in secret. I don't know when I watched it.
In LA, nobody touches you. We're always behind this metal and glass. I think we miss that touch so much that we crash into each other just so we can feel something.
Do you know they only shot Crash in 36 days?
I believe it.
Maybe you should have taken the extra time.
Turns out you can take longer.
But, hey, I mean, they got what they came for, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yes, they did.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy that you can win Best Picture in 36 days of shooting. I don't know what the budget was like.
I mean, it was a total upset.
Yeah.
It was a huge upset.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it like cemented to me, because I was like, oh my God, I called this.
Yeah.
I knew it. And I was like, that's it. I'm the smartest film critic alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you knew, because it was really kind of, it was a great opportunity because they're like, this checks all the boxes.
In the worst ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In all the worst ways.
Right. They
Yeah.
did. They did. It's in retrospect, it's so predictable.
Yeah.
And you knew it.
Yeah.
You knew before everybody else
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So good on you.
Or not.
Or not. Well, you just know how they operate. You just understood how they make their decisions.
Yeah, that's why I always ask this question. Are you asking me what I think personally or what I think the Academy would think?
Yeah.
Because those are two different things.
Yeah, it's always you personally. The Academy comes to you and says, we can't.
Yeah. What else came out that year?
Well, I guess we've discussed a couple that I think are worth mention. So first, I would say Wedding Crashers.
Mm-hmm.
It's wedding season, kid.
You sandbagging son of a bitch.
We are going to have tons and tons of opportunities to meet gorgeous ladies that are so aroused by the thought of marriage that they'll throw their inhibitions to the wind.
And who's going to be there to catch them?
Grab that net and catch that beautiful butterfly, pal.
If I had to put like a set of movies I was bringing to a desert island, I think Wedding Crashers would be on that list. What? Why are you looking at me like that? What? Oh.
I was just thinking about the story of my mom and my brother in Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah.
If I can't tell it because I try not to talk about, inappropriate body parts on this podcast, but...
Right. Well, it's an innocent enough mistake. My
mom wanted to know if she could go see Wedding Crashers, and she asked my little brother something about if there was
nudity. Is there nudity?
Is there a lot of nudity, or because she didn't really want to see that or whatever.
Right.
And he was like, "No, it's not bad at all." And then like the opening sequence or one of the early sequences is just a lot of nudity over and over and over and over and over again. It's one small scene.
Yeah.
But it's the whole scene.
Right.
And so she watched it and she was like, I asked you, like, was this going to happen?
Yeah.
And you said no. And he was like, it was one scene.
Yeah.
But it was a lot.
Well, I still side with him on that, though, because that movie, outside of that it's not the opening scene, but it's really early on, right? It's like the first opening montage and showing you what they do at weddings.
Yeah.
And so I don't blame your brother because I'm kind of with him. If somebody were to come and ask me, now that I have this story, but I think I side with him that if somebody would have asked me before I knew this story, like, is there a lot of nudity in Wedding Crashers? I think I would have said none.
Yeah.
Like,
she was just
none.
like, lies!
Yeah.
You've told me lies!
Yeah. No, that movie is awesome. Christopher Walken.
You read my position paper?
Read it while I was sailing my boat to Bermuda.
A sailor. Good man. Take a seat.
Yes, you are my bitch lover!
Todd, that's good. Tell that mean ocean. Oh, sail without him. John, my boy.
Yes!
We're tacking back round. Do me a favor. Ease the sheet. Swing the jib starboard. Okay.
Amazing.
I actually haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't either. Should rewatch that.
I'll rewatch that with you.
Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson banter is where it's at. They should just...
I like Vince Vaughn.
I know.
Yeah.
Vince
Vaughn isn't a good actor, though.
No.
Vince Vaughn is just hilarious as Vince Vaughn, but he's always the except for in True Detective. He showed some chops there.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's always just Vince Vaughn. But you don't really care because he's just hilarious.
No, if they just started a series of movies that was just called Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, and then Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson 2, I'd probably go to all of them like Marvel people. You know what I mean? Like, I'd just be like, yep, okay.
No, not right now.
What's wrong with you? Why you got the weird look all over your face?
Claire's mom just made me grab her Hooters.
Well, snap out of it. What, a hot older woman made you feel her cans? Stop crying like a little girl.
I wasn't crying like a little girl.
Why don't you try getting jacked off under the table in front of the whole damn family and have some real problems? Jackass. What were they like anyway? They look pretty good. Are they real? Are they built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat? You motorboating son of a bitch. You old sailor, you. Where is she? She's still in the house?
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean what's wrong with? What's wrong with you?
No, what's wrong with you?
No, what's wrong with you? You're projecting.
Drop it.
You drop it. You stop projecting on me. Why don't you go enjoy yourself while I go ice my balls and spit up blood?
Drop it!
Team player.
But I was just thinking,
Okay.
Yeah. I was just thinking that I bet we're going to get like a repeat Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon situation. Like an Owen Wilson,
cute.
Vince Vaughn, and
When we're 60?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm not trying to wish my days away, but I am excited for that to come out.
Oh, man. But then outside of that, let's see. So Capote.
Good. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Superb.
I think I took this job to spite you. I was writing the script as they were filming. All that time in Italy, and I worked like mad all day long and then dashed down to the bar.
The movie's pretty good. Sometimes, though, when the best part of the movie is the acting, then I question a little bit.
Yeah, there was a
movie,
little.
You know what I mean? It's pretty good, though.
The adaptation was a struggle in that movie. You could tell.
Yeah.
Which I totally get. It's hard to. It's hard subject matter. You know?
A lot of people have tried to take on Truman Capote.
Yeah.
And nobody has succeeded.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Right.
So he crushed that. That was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Can we talk about the Star Wars story?
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, because we were drinking in a public place when we shouldn't have?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Are you trying to protect my innocence?
We went to the Super Block when the Super Block was still the Super Block.
No, Block E.
Block E. Super Block is dorms.
Yeah.
Block E.
Block E was just not even a block. A corner of a block.
Yeah.
Downtown Minneapolis.
Was it connected to the city center? No.
No. I don't think so.
No.
It was its own separate block.
Yeah. They had, let's
corner.
see. What
It
was
wasn't a whole block. It was just a corner of a block.
No, remember you could walk inside?
There was like an Applebee's.
There was a movie theater. There was an Applebee's. There was a Hooters. There was
like an arcade situation. Some sort of big arcade situation.
what's the name of the piano bar?
Can't remember.
Oh my God. That's something.
Shout House.
Shout House, that's what it was. Shout House was great because they had throwback Wednesday nights, and it was $3 Yag bombs, and I think it was like $1.50 Bush Lights or something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah. I can smell it right now. That, oh God damn. But yeah, we went, they had a AMC in there, and we went to go watch Star Wars.
That's where we went to all of our movies in 2005, was Blocky.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time there. And we...
I feel like there was a Cold Stone.
There was a Cold Stone.
Maybe, yeah.
Yep. And then there's like a sports bar that had like a ton of screens, like GameWorks. And
GameWorks.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Anyways.
We went, you, me, and my roommate, and we decided we didn't just want to go see the movie. We must have been going like on a Friday night and been like, well, let's just get things started. I was thinking about this. Why did we choose a fifth of Yag?
Yeah, we weren't like Yag drinkers.
No.
I don't know. It must have been...
We could have brought anything to mix with the wide selection of sodas.
Lemonade? Vodka lemonades, maybe. I'm sure there was some sort of cranberry situation. High C.
Snuck in a
Captain
fifth
Cokes
of Jägermeister.
No, we're gonna go with the Yag for this one.
And we were just passing it back and forth.
We were
all
sipping
movie.
Yag.
Yeah, just shooting Yag out of a fifth. And that movie is so bad. And we got very drunk. And the movie's ending. And was it when... What part was it? Oh, it's right before Anakin and Obi-Wan fight. And it's...
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is giving like her final plea for him not to become Darth Vader, and it's not working well.
It's not working well at all.
I don't know you anymore. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of what you've done. What you plan to do. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
Liar!
I'm just drinking Yag, and then I just hear, and I look over, and you are a puddle.
I was very sad.
And so I just lean over to my roommate and just start nudging him. And he's like, what? Look at Jenni right now. And we both look at you and you just go, she loves him so much. Just start sobbing in the theater.
She did love him so much. She did.
She did love him so much.
She did love him so much. It made me so sad. And it's not at all creepy that she knew him when he was a small child.
Yeah.
It was just in that moment, I was just heartbroken. And everybody hated that movie. That's why I was like, why is it the #1 box office? Universally, everybody agreed that that movie was garbage. Nobody liked it. But it really hit me right in the heart. I was just like, oh my God.
Maybe it's the Jägermeister talking, but this is a love story for the ages. You didn't say that.
She did love him so much.
She did love him very much. You're right on that one. Let's see. Christopher Nolan jumped into the Batman game with Batman Begins.
Thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness. But of his Batman films, that is my least favorite.
Well, you got to work up.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. You can't just come in with Dark Knight. Like, what are you saying? No, you can't just come in with that.
I didn't say he needed Jesus Christ.
He handled that trilogy literally perfectly.
I discovered these before we went on the boat. Quirk. Hard seltzers. They have like soda flavors. This is why I bought it. This is Clementine Cream Pop.
I think my heart will explode that you literally bought an entire case of seltzers just because they had a clementine flavor.
Well, I saw it and I'm like,
So
well, that's
cute.
a sign. So I had to try it. And I was not super excited because I'm like, these are probably going to be terrible because they weren't even in the cooler, you know, they're just kind of stacked up. And they're only 4. That wasn't as good. They were only 4%, or they're only 4%, but they are only 90 calories. And I think
Light and refreshing.
Yeah, you agreed that
I
they
enjoyed
are
them.
delightful.
I tried all 4 flavors.
Yeah.
Each one was as good as the last.
Yeah. Quirk.
Yeah.
If you ain't quirking, you must be working.
Is that on the can or did you just make that up?
We're workshopping a couple of things.
Keep on keeping on.
That's one of them that we've been. Let's see. I'm going to just go to a couple that I think are notable for us. Walk the Line.
Delightful.
Whose performance is better? Joaquin Phoenix or Reese Witherspoon?
Well, of course, Reese Witherspoon won an Oscar and Joaquin didn't. So that tells you anything.
But that same year, they also gave the Best Picture to Crash, so their judgment is questionable.
Yeah.
Who beat out Joaquin Phoenix that year, I wonder?
I can't remember.
I can't either.
Oh. Well, that's embarrassing. We should...
Philip Seymour Hoffman, obviously, Jenny. I'll just cut that in so you look like an idiot.
We should all be embarrassed.
Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was better than Joaquin Phoenix was. That's a good
100%.
pick.
Absolutely.
But Joaquin Phoenix was pretty impressive.
He's good.
Pretty impressive. It's a good movie. I like that movie. That Hitch came out.
Nice. Good. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Will Smith and Kevin James and
I took in 2005 probably. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably 2005.
Mm-hmm.
I took a film class. I took a lot of film classes. I took like 5 film classes.
it was in the spring of 06 you took that
Oh,
class.
why do you know that?
I don't know.
That's so strange. Anyways, I took at least 4, maybe 5 film classes. And one of my film classes, I absolutely had to watch Hitch. It was like, this is school? You know, I mean, it's like actual hilarious jokes about like, you know, like undergrad film student, right? Like you literally are the worst.
Right.
Literally the worst. But the one thing that I learned from all of the film classes I went to that I think is not annoying or pretentious is to always watch the credits. That is like the most important thing I took away from 4 or 5 semesters of courses is you stay and watch the credits. And I feel like whenever we are at the movies, it is instantaneous that unless it's a Marvel movie where people think that there's something coming at the end of the credits, unless there's like a known teaser, people stand up and they walk out. And we always are sitting there.
Yeah.
Watching through the credits. Yeah. I learned that in the class.
That is annoying and pretentious.
No, it's not. How is that annoying and pretentious? How is that annoying and pretentious?
Okay, just relax. You're being hysterical.
Rude.
And I think that's all I got from movies. Did you put your hair in a ponytail?
I did put my hair in a ponytail. How kind of you to notice.
Yeah. Looks great.
Yeah,
You're beautiful in a ponytail.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That is so nice of you. Why? Wow, that was so kind. I don't know. I was feeling like kind of hot. I want to put it up.
Got it.
So this one time,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in maybe 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
my mom worked at JC Penney's.
Did JC Penney have a jingle?
Not then. I think they got one from like Ellen DeGeneres. Didn't they get one when Ellen took over as like their spokesperson?
That was degenerous of her.
That was degenerous of her. I feel like when she took over as their spokesperson, there was a jingle.
Oh, I don't even remember her being the spokesperson. Anyways, sorry.
What I was going to say is that my mom worked at JC Penney's. And
did they have a jingle?
I don't know. Did they? For whatever reason, one year she made her Christmas card just like a photo that she had taken in her house, right? Like usually your Christmas card is like a professional photo.
Yeah. Like a family trip or
No, it was just me. I had 3 brothers. It was me and my 3 brothers.
What happened to them? You had?
I have 3 brothers. They're all alive and well as of this evening. And is it because I don't have a watch? Yeah. Is that the funny thing? We were standing on the staircase. We had like an open staircase to go up to the third story, and it had a very nice, lovely white banister.
Okay.
Like it's a nice open staircase, you know? Not like our staircases are enclosed, right? It's like an open, nice banister. It's very lovely. You should see it at Christmas time with the wreath and the lights. It's beautiful.
I've been there.
So we're standing on the on the staircase, going up the stairs and smiling. And that's the photo that she decided to put in her Christmas card. And I was in, you might call it tomboy stage. I was really into basketball. I had 3 brothers.
Yeah.
All we did was play sports, right? My
Yep.
grandpa had made a basketball court. I was wearing a basketball's life t-shirt.
Yeah. What's the rest again?
Just details. So.
And you still live by that to this day. You're like, basketball first.
Basketball's life. The rest is just details. But the whole point of the story is I had my hair slicked back in a ponytail.
Mm.
And my mom gave her Christmas card to her boss
Yeah.
at the JC Penney's.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't know you had 4 sons.
Yeah. What a bunch of strapping young boys you got there.
Why I know this is like, why? So she heard it, but then also told me about it. Do you know what I mean? She could have kept that secret.
Because you ruined the Christmas card.
Oh, so I mean, I was in, I don't know, somewhere between 4th to 6th grade when I gained a ponytail complex. And ever since then, I can't wear a ponytail. I feel very self-conscious. I feel like people think like I'm a man if I wear a ponytail. So I don't like wearing ponytails.
Oh, no,
So
don't even. Huh.
I appreciate the compliment.
Oh, yeah. No problem, bro. You're a cool dude.
I also got really hot, so I decided to take off my sweatshirt and put on a sleeveless dress.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
much more comfortable.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That occurred.
Well, we're transitioning out of movies, and usually we kind of talk about music, but rather than that, there were a couple of TV shows from the year 2005 that I thought we could talk about.
I like TV.
Yeah. We have the debut of The Office.
In 2005?
2005. Season 1.
Wow. Season 1 of The Office is completely different show than season even 3.
Yeah.
They completely transitioned.
Yeah. Yeah, the show definitely changes very
quickly.
much. Because it was just the pilot season was only 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Michael Scott is like a prick.
Yeah.
He's a jerk.
And he is for a while into the second season. It takes a while before he becomes endearing.
Yeah.
It took a while for it to get there.
Yeah. That was all Steve Carell, obviously.
Yeah.
Like he did that, right? He transitioned the character from an asshole to lovable.
Yeah. That's a good, I don't know that. It could be.
Had to have been.
Well, BJ Novak was a writer. There were, I don't know if writers had more to do with it than Steve Carell. I'm not sure.
Oh.
But he definitely has a great arc of a character.
Yeah.
You really love Michael Scott by the time it's all said and done.
My favorite character in The Office might be Bob Vance, though.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
Love that guy. No, actually, though, my actual favorite character is Creed.
Creed. Yeah.
Hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, I would say mine is Kevin.
A mistake. Plus Kevin gets you home by 7.
He was on my 5 that day.
Actually, though, the chili episode, I physically cannot watch it. It provides too much angst inside my body.
No, let's not forget what episode provides the most angst inside your body.
Michael Scott's tots.
Hey, Mr. Scott, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Make our dreams come true.
Michael Scott's tots actually made me lose my faith in humanity.
I skip the episode if I'm ever like rolling through the seasons. I'll be like, nope, not
subjecting to myself to that today.
Not worth it at all. But yeah, so 2005 that came out. I remember I didn't see it when it was like on TV. Like I didn't watch it on NBC on Thursday nights. It wasn't until like I think like the next winter, like it had been like a half a year since it came out. And I remember watching it for this, and I was just like, what is this? Like I was just like, this is everything I want in a TV show. But yeah, it is crazy how different it gets, you know, from like it was a very kind of stuffy office kind of thing. And it really expanded. They did a good job. And I will maintain that I am a fan of the seasons after Steve Carell.
Oh yeah, same.
A lot of people are harsh on those seasons, but he was hard to replace. But I think other than the Will Ferrell episodes, but what's his Robert
California. Robert California is
David
hilarious,
Spader, right?
Yeah, it's the best line of the whole series.
James Spader, not David Spader.
James Spader has the best line of the entire series. Why is Jim treating the magician poorly? Hands down, best line.
Yeah, he had some good ones. Yeah, that's a good show.
What did you say the other one was? That came out in 2005?
The other show was Lost.
Oh.
I just wanted to say one other thing about, well, we might have talked about it already. I would watch The Office more. Like we watch How I Met Your Mother all the time while we're falling asleep. I would watch The Office more if the theme music wasn't the loudest music. No matter what volume, no matter what volume you have your device at, the theme music to The Office plays at, it's not a 10, but it is loud.
It's an 11. It's so loud, and it's so long. It's so loud and so long.
It is. It is.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, one more thing about The Office is we talked about this with Friends.
Uh-huh.
The characters transition so much.
Yeah.
From the early seasons. And we obviously really love How I Met Your Mother. But another show like Scrubs, the characters are very consistent.
Yeah.
In those other shows.
Yeah.
But The Office is like Friends, where some of the characters are completely new characters by the end. Like Kelly Kapoor.
Yeah.
She's not even the same character.
And they did it like one episode to the next. So they just changed her.
She's somebody
she
new
was
now.
like, she wore like, you know, like a high-necked long dress with sleeves, like floral. Yeah. And she was very conservative. And then the next episode, she's this bubbly thing who knows all about pop culture. But it worked. Like you needed Kelly in that show.
Bubbly what?
Bubbly what?
Bubbly person. She bubbly character, bubbly actor.
The bubbly personality of the character that she was playing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
The other great line from Kelly and Aaron is when
she's eating.
She's eating cake, and Aaron says, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're eating again."
She thought she had an eating disorder.
Yeah. Because that was rumors. The rumors.
I'm so glad you're eating again.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, that show is wonderful.
So you want to talk about Lost?
Yes.
So the thing about Lost, for us anyways.
Yes.
We did not like, you were maybe a season behind in The Office.
Yeah.
With Lost, we were years behind. We didn't start watching Lost until there was years worth of seasons.
Correct.
And so, and this was kind of like a little bit before binging was a thing.
Yeah.
So the way that you watch television now is completely different.
Right.
You can binge it. That wasn't a concept, but we binged Lost before binging was a thing.
Yes.
And I stayed interested. I was engaged. I was into it. But at the time, I knew that the only reason I was into it, binging wasn't the word,
Yeah.
but the ability to watch it
them
all
back
at
to
once
back to
was
back.
the only
Yeah.
reason I was into it. And we talked about this at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, if I was waiting a week
Yeah.
in between these episodes, I would have been gone
Yes.
in season 2.
Yeah.
But because we were so far behind, we could just watch it. I stayed interested.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need to talk about the letdown that was Lost because the whole world experienced it.
I would say we could talk about that, but I think we should talk about how amazing the first episode was.
A pilot really is, of course, required to capture you
Yeah.
and keep you interested.
Yeah.
It's hard it is hard
Because it was like,
to have a successful pilot that encompasses the entire show in one episode.
I feel like they really, like ABC really pushed. Like they really advertised the show. Because I didn't watch it, but I can remember it was a big deal before the first episode even happened. You know? They like really, really pumped it out there.
Yeah.
But they delivered.
Marketing.
Yeah.
They
They put a
marketed.
lot of money behind it. They really took a big swing.
Yeah, because it was good.
It was good.
It was good for quite some time. It was good for quite some time.
And then it sank the polar bear? Is that what you would say? I don't know.
Crashed and burned.
Oh, that's a little on the nose. Man, it just got terrible in a rush.
So bad, so fast.
Yeah.
But then you're in it. And you feel like you have to know. You're like, I have to know. And that, in my opinion, is where they completely fucked the whole thing.
Yeah.
Was that they could have had years of bad television.
Right.
That everybody would have forgiven
Yeah.
if they wrapped it up in any sort of logical way
Yeah.
or interesting way.
Yeah.
And they had an opportunity
Yeah.
and they just blew it
Sure did.
so hard.
So hard.
It's just like, and that's where I was fine.
Like a smoke monster in the wind.
I wish I could remember the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I was fine because it was, in terms of longevity,
Uh-huh.
it was a short duration
Yeah.
of our time as
Right,
viewers because we
right.
binged it.
Yeah.
But if I had been watching that show for a decade of my life and it wrapped up that way, I would have considered ending it all.
Yeah. Yeah, that show. What's so interesting about that show is like when you compare the two, The Office, so many people from The Office continued having careers and very notable ones, where from Lost, there's not really anybody that kind of carried on in any sort of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
what was his
I think
name?
Saeed was on like one other show after that.
The older guy.
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember his name.
Baldy.
Yeah, right. He was like, kind of a character actor in a lot of things. I feel like he got the most play post the show. Everybody else kind of just isn't in it.
Maybe they just took their, paycheck to the bank and
Yeah.
went on with
I
their
wonder
merry selves.
what they all made. They must have made quite a bit.
I'm sure they did.
But a show like that doesn't really get, like The Office gets all that syndication money.
Yeah, nobody's watching Lost in syndication.
No.
It's like, I'm never watching this show again.
Yeah, nobody was like, I'm going to do that again.
Unsubscribe.
I would like to remember all of the questions they'd left unanswered.
So many.
So many. So many.
Okay, so some great new shows launched in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Some stayed great. Some did not.
Some did not.
What other great things happened in 2005 for you?
2005. Well, I moved out of the big house with all the roommates. Got into a verbal altercation with the landlord over the conditions of in which we were leaving the house.
You were incorrect in any sort of altercation you had. I can't believe you even entered into said altercation. Your only phrase should have been, "I am so sorry, sir or ma'am."
The worst thing that I did in that house was made myself a giant like metal bowl of Fruity Pebbles. And
Hear about this.
I sat down in my computer chair and wanted to turn on the TV, but the remote was on the ground, so I reached down for it, and the whole bowl of Fruity Pebbles fell onto the carpet upside down. And I just stared at it. And then I just rolled it up, folded it in half, walked it to the closet down the hallway and threw it in and never thought about it again.
That is so disgusting. That is a certain kind of gross. That's even grosser than the stupid film that Fruity Pebbles leave on the top of the roof of your mouth.
Hey, take it easy on Fruity Pebbles. They're delicious.
That film is disgusting.
That's how you know it's fresh.
And rolling up spilled Fruity Pebbles is just as bad.
Those were some expensive Fruity Pebbles, too, from House of Hanson, you know. It's like a $15 box.
Smallest box you could ever find. Most expensive.
Let's see. So I moved out of that place and into an apartment in Marcy Park that had a park across the street that nobody ever used. Well,
That was peculiar. Why was there a park there?
I don't know.
This isn't a park like some parks are just nature.
Goulet.
This was like a playground. The word park is inappropriate.
Well,
there was a playground.
Yeah, but it was majority. It was a size of a block, right?
Yeah.
And
One city block.
And it was
Maybe a little less.
80% just
Grass?
lawn. Yeah. I almost said pasture.
But there was a playground.
There was, yes.
There was no reason for a playground
No.
to exist
No.
in the middle of that block. It was strange zoning or whatever. It was a strange decision.
Yeah.
They maybe
know.
created it for a place for professors and or students with children. But it turned into 18 to 21-year-olds.
Swing jumping. We would have swing
jumping.
Swing
Yeah.
jumping competitions. It was the best. We'd come home from the bar and we'd have swing jumping competitions at like 2:30 in the morning.
Did you win them?
I never did.
Aw.
Yeah, no.
Sorry to hear that.
No. I did not win a single time. Sometimes I would I think I have a picture. I bet I can find it of me landing a swing jump where I released far too late and I am landing like if the swing was just stationary, that's where my swing jump landed. and the posture in which the picture is taken is quite funny. So hopefully I can find that.
You did it. I lived by a park too, though. I moved out of the dorm in this
Van
era.
Cleve.
Yeah, I lived off of Van Cleve. Van Cleve was a block from my house. I thought that the area was very safe. I always felt very safe. I think it's important that is expressed. But you did just remind me that I had a friend who visited who I think was going to like St. Cloud State.
Uh-huh.
And I never really, moving to the University of Minnesota and living in Minneapolis felt to me very natural.
Sure.
And very safe at all times. But I guess looking back and understanding what other college experiences are like, where you were living on more of a campus situation, because the University of Minnesota is not a campus. It is a school dropped in the middle of a city, right? So like you're not,
there's no borders,
right? Yeah. And I think I didn't ever really understand that so many other college experiences are in secluded small campuses that are dry most of the time, that are grass and buildings, right? And I had a friend who came to visit and got supposedly, allegedly shot with a BB gun. Allegedly. I not mean to discredit, because maybe it really did happen. But the story was that she got shot, I don't know, like in the butt or like something. We were over by Van Cleve. This is what triggered this memory. I lived on Como, but we were by Van Cleve going to a house party. And she got shot with a BB gun. And so then like the whole story was like, you can't go visit Jenni in the U of M because you're going to get shot with a BB gun. And I was like, I've lived here for 2 years and no one's ever shot me with a BB gun.
No, you can't go down to the cities. You can't go down to the cities. It's so dangerous.
I was like, no one's ever shot me with a BB gun. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what happened. I don't know how this occurred.
We're responsible with our BB guns up north.
I just couldn't. Yeah, it was so funny. I do feel bad. I feel bad that she did get hit with a BB gun, if that's what happened. But part of me kind of wonders if like a rock like got like thrown up by a tire, like hit her in the ass, and she was like, "I've been shot."
It does seem odd.
Right?
I'm trying to remember, what time of year was it?
I can't remember.
But it's weird to assert that you were shot with a BB gun.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I'm gonna have to call her after this to check in.
Yeah.
Be like, remind me what happened. Love you.
Don't bring up the trauma. And so that was
I do love you very much.
Hard night for her, as I recall.
She wouldn't come back.
No,
she was like, I'm not going back.
I'm never coming back. Yeah. And then I turned 21 in 2005. Pulled what we came to know as a Fraturday. We started the night at your house. Remember, you had a basement party. Possibly your one and only? I
promise you, we never, before or after that, had a single human being in our basement. Yeah. I don't know what the situation was that we had a party in our basement for one and only on your birthday.
Yeah.
It's very...
Yeah. Yeah, but I've got pictures of that, popping champagne and drinking a bottle of Yag at midnight.
Can you really call it champagne?
I mean,
I don't know if that counts.
It's entree.
Yeah.
Entree.
It's more like
brute.
Sparkling alcohol. Is that what you would call that? I don't think it can be called champagne.
Yeah. Well, when you're on a budget. Yeah, and then we just, for whatever reason, I feel like I couldn't go to the bar that night, but I don't remember if that's real life. If there was like a law in Hennepin County or in the state or what, but I did not go to a bar that night. And I feel like we would have gone if I was able.
There was definitely something
Yeah.
that, whether it was a law or like the rule of like the bars in the area, you weren't allowed to
Was
go.
it a crackdown like on like, what did they call it on the 21st birthday? Whereas like, well, there were people that would do like 21 shots, right? They would take all the
Those people are lunatics.
Yeah, like there was like a run of people around that time who were like getting themselves in big trouble drinking lots.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it had something. I think I don't remember that anybody. It was more like had to get their stomach pumped situation.
My gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
No,
if anybody,
I think this was probably just, if I had to guess, I would guess that the bars on campus dealing with 21-year-old birthdays at all times came together and decided
they had a meeting of the families.
Yeah, you're not allowed to come in because it was like some weird like time. Yeah, like 9 a.m. Like you're not allowed to drink until 9 a.m. on your birthday or something like that.
My first drink was at like 9 a.m. the next morning at the Dinky Towner at like a bloody. It was like a bloody bar.
Just because the bars were open until 2.
Yep.
So if you let a 21-year-old in at 12:01, they're gonna literally spend 2 hours getting themselves in a terrible situation and end up at the hospital.
Right. Yeah. Which, it's just odd, right? Though, like on the one hand, that, but on the other hand, like make some money.
That's terrible.
Just kidding. Yeah. So I didn't go to the bar until the next morning. So anyways, we ended up staying up all night. We had the bloody bar and then we drank all the next day. Somebody got me, do you remember it was a shot? Did you get it for me?
Yeah, I did.
The shot belt?
I did.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to say I did.
It was a shot belt.
What should I get my boyfriend for his 21st birthday?
2 holsters for booze. I think I have pictures of us taking shots out of it. I think we were dressed up in our Gopher gear because there was an away game that day, and we were just like hanging out in our apartment watching Gophers and playing foosball, and then we just kept it going. And the last picture I have of my Fraturday was at 3 a.m. on Sunday, and I was in a house. I was only in this one time. It was kind of over by Dinkytown, like by all the bars. That was it. So that was, I think the night started around 9 on Friday, and Fraturday ended for me at around 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. But no sleep.
It's really safe. I feel like this is the part of the podcast where you insert, help is available.
Do not.
Help is available. Please seek support.
Do not do this.
Yeah. No, but I think what made it okay, like let me just justify this in some way, is the kids who got themselves in trouble were just pounding shots.
Yeah.
Right? And yours, like, while you did stay awake for 36 hours, it was just like a fun time with no sleep.
We did.
But you weren't just like taking shots after shot after shot.
Yeah, we did spend.
You went on walks. You went to the park. You did. You weren't just like burrowing your face in alcohol.
My roommate had a like rustic street lamp that he hung up in his room. And he lit that, like he had like an electronic candle in there, and he lit that, and we sat under it and sang along to like Rivers of Babylon and
By the Rivers of Babylon.
It's the only song I ever learned and forgot how to play on the guitar. But So like, and we weren't like drinking hard while we were
Yeah.
we were just like hanging out, but it
That's
was
the difference.
that was the turning point. That's when
the
we
difference.
decided. That was like at 4 a.m. Saturday morning early. And that's when we decided that we were just going to push through until the Dinky Towner opened.
Mm-hmm.
It was a day. Got my digital camera. So that's where all my pictures start. And I was obsessed with nothing but candid photos that people weren't expecting. So there are a lot of pictures of people in very unflattering angles because for some reason I found that very funny.
Oh,
Got a bunch of you like that.
thanks.
You're welcome.
So in 2005, I moved from the dorms into a house with girls.
Yep.
Yep, that's the house over by Van Cleve off
Yes.
Como.
Mm-hmm.
16th and Como, mint greenhouse. Very fun.
Very fun.
Lots of great memories. But the one thing that I have to share is the kitchen closet.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I don't know why. That's my favorite memory of the house. I mean, we obviously had so many fun times, but they're college stories. They're not that interesting. But what was interesting is the way this house was set up was somehow, I think it had to do with the way that they leased it.
Yeah.
It was maybe instead of leasing it as a whole house, maybe it was leased as like 2 duplexes or something.
Right.
For whatever reason, there had to be a kitchen on each floor.
Yeah.
And so, this was like an old house. Like the closets are right. They're like angled and small.
Yeah.
Right. They're
Yep.
not like this Rogers
Right.
walk-in
Yes.
closet
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
They stuck an entire kitchen inside of a very small closet.
Did she have a sink in there?
I believe there was a fridge, a sink, and a stove.
The stove.
I know for sure there was a stove. I'm certain.
It always seems so dangerous.
It's so dangerous. And I mean, it never got used.
Right.
And like she got like, we had drew straws, right? So there was 6 of us, and we drew straws or something like that to decide who got to pick what room
Right.
first. Obviously, the room with the kitchen and the closet did not go first,
Yeah.
right? Like it wasn't like the room you wanted.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she went last or she was somewhere in the middle or whatever, but nobody was like choosing that room.
Yeah.
Because it cut in your closet space.
Right. Right.
So, but I do think that she did use the fridge, if I remember right. I think she might have used the fridge.
I hope so.
I mean, but we had everything in the kitchen.
Yeah. Girls live different.
Yeah, girls live different. That is an interesting way to present that information. Like, girls live different.
What would you say?
Well, I mean, it's just like girls live like human beings. Girls keep their home somewhat livable.
I feel like this is a.
We did not live in a trash den.
No, you didn't. You did not live in a trash den. That is true.
I painted my rooms. When I would move into these houses, I literally painted.
Yes.
Maybe not that room, maybe not that house, but I know there were rooms on campus that I actually like painted the room.
Yeah, what a waste
You
of time.
set up the room. You make the room how you want it. You don't just like move in your IKEA furniture and break it on the first weekend. Like, that's not a way to live, Tim. That's not how you live.
I don't know how to live.
It's true.
Well, 2005. A good year, to be sure.
A good year to be sure.
But is it the best year of them all?
I wish you wouldn't do that. That is very peculiar. What is that?
Just a characterized triangle.
It's very peculiar.
Very peculiar indeed.
So we're supposed to be ranking out the years
Yes.
from 1999 to 2024. Currently, we're on 2005. My winner is still 2004.
Yeah. 2004 is a banger year.
You're agreeing?
I am.
All right.
I am going to
2004
agree.
it is. The best year so far, 2004. You heard it here first.
There you go. There you go. All right. Should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
All right. See you next week, everybody. Goodbye.